to be a captain on this team for the first time?
It means a lot. Just having this honor, man, as my peers vote on something like this. It's my first time, being a captain in the pros, man. It's special, and I'm just very thankful that obviously they look at me as a leader, man, and will put me in this kind of position.
Obviously, there are different ways of leading. Have you thought about how you want to lead, or is that something that's going to kind of come to you organically?
Yeah, man. I just be myself. To be honest, I feel like I've always kind of taken that approach throughout my football career. Just kind of the way I was raised, man, with that old school mentality, and obviously playing, man, a premier position like left tackle is just kind of how I was always taught and pushed, and just going to continue to be myself.
Anybody you model your not only your play after, but the way you communicate with your teammates after?
Yeah, man, I can't necessarily say anybody I model, but I've always just kind of looked at it like I put myself, first in a sense of holding myself accountable, and so that's always kind of been important to me. And I can't necessarily say I model it after anybody, but I just hold myself to the utmost standard.
When you vote for a captain, what are the traits that make you choose somebody?
Man, just somebody that you can be that's accountable. Somebody that is gonna always, I guess, move forward, being positive when needed to be, being, I guess, negative or on somebody's ass when needs to be. So, however you want to put it, but I feel like those things are so important, man. And just being accountable first and foremost.
I've seen Ted Carris act as a captain, and he's a line mate of yours. What have you learned from him?
Yeah, man, so much, man. I think the biggest thing with Ted is just true mark of consistency. A guy that's really had to earn his role in this league with the time and work that he's had to put in to really get in that position. And so, man, I feel like that's probably the biggest thing, man, that I've learned from him is just, his mark of consistency.
There's a lot of talk about trying to get off to a better start, trying to avoid 0-2. Here's your opportunity to go out and show it. Do you feel like you're in a good position to start fast?
Yeah, definitely, man. I feel like the biggest thing for us is, there's so many different things that go into creating a championship culture that I feel like we already had here even before I got here. And, so obviously it starts, from upstairs with ownership, front office, on down to coaches and players. And I feel like the sense of urgency has been there all offseason, starting with our coaches, the way that Coach Taylor has scripted practices and how competitive, intense they've been for us. On down to Joe every single day, being out there every single day for us and available, man. All of those things go into it, and I feel like we're more than ready to go out here and be 1-0 this week.
Anything change for you with the C on your chest?
Not much. It's a very special opportunity, though, just being able to represent this team and organization, man, and being voted captain by my teammates. Yeah.
Patriots only won 4 games last year, but their defense was really good. When you look at trying to attack them on Sunday, what stands out?
Yeah, I mean, man, as a collective unit, I feel like it's a group that's really played together for a while. It seems like when you look on paper, they got a ton of talent on in the back end. I feel like just with their safeties, which is such an important position that, obviously is a little bit underappreciated in the league, but so important. They got 2 guys working together for a long time, and I guess 5 if you count the nickel. But and then on top of that, man, their defensive front is also really well coached, and they play really hard as well. So.
Yeah. A little bit of a mystery with Belichick no longer being the head coach?
Hard to say, but I mean, I imagine, man, the DNA is the DNA in New England. So, yeah.